May I say something to you to give you a true knowledge of yourself and life, so that the same glory and success attained by other men who understand themselves may be yours? Man in the full knowledge of himself is a superb and supreme creature of creation. When man becomes possessor of the knowledge of himself, he becomes master of his environment, the captain of his own ship, the director of his own destiny, the accomplisher of his own ends. Man should understand himself because man is full of knowledge, and this knowledge is a gift of nature. When Mother Nature created man, she deprived him of nothing. He was given the faculty of understanding all things around him.
I'd rather be with Garvey than to pledge allegiance to this wicked system. I'm sorry. This country I tis the land of liberty, not hardly. Said I was 3/5, got me shackled, then you scarred me. So I'd rather be with Garvey. I'd rather be with Garvey than to pledge allegiance to this wicked system. I'm sorry. This country I tis the land of liberty, not hardly. Said I was 3/5, got me shackled, then you scarred me. So I'd rather be with Garvey. I pledge allegiance to my flag. RBG, it was given to we in 1920 by the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. I'm a Garveyite, I was born to fight. Been dealing with the wicked cracker all my life. After all we've been through, when the ancestors to what they got coming to a man is only right. I'll be mighty race, accomplish what you will. I'll build with the real, still sharp and still. I'm an African wild, though we move in the military fashion, then we go with for the kill. Rock being and Tar Heel. RBG, there's no fear. And we tight like the black fish, so do it like this, ball up and raise it up in the air. I'd rather be with Garvey than to pledge allegiance to this wicked system. I'm sorry. This country I tis the land of liberty, not hardly. Said I was 3/5, got me shackled, then you scarred me. So I'd rather be with Garvey. I'd rather be with Garvey than to pledge allegiance to this wicked system. I'm sorry. This country I tis the land of liberty, not hardly. Said I was 3/5, got me shackled, then you scarred me. So I'd rather be with Garvey.
This music was made for the soul. Elevate your mind, yes, gonna take control. No more chains and whips. We do it for more than some chains and whips. The bigger picture, taking our mind back for them shifts. Band together and rise up. No time for running lips. Oh, goon, please come clear the way before we load these clips. And we was all with hammers, we still too legit to quit. Got too big to even fit in the box, try to put us where we don't fit. Musa.
So reflect and think that you were created for some purpose other than exhibiting malice toward your neighbor or fellow men of your own race. What a pity it is that we cannot stand united without a written law. There is no written law compelling other races to stand together. They are brought together by the gentle touch of nature. The unwritten law of nature causes them to stand together on all occasions. So wheresoever you find them in the field, that one gentle touch of nature causes them to stand together, if need be, die together. But with the black man, you can preach to him from the pulpit. You lecture from the platforms, from the byways and the hedges. The spirit of cooperation, but he will not cooperate.
RBG with the paisleys. Lotus flower coming out the muck, right over left, I resurrect daily. Embrace the power, kept feelings tucked, and I set went in and remade me. The flags are thrown, you got stripes to sit, then go ahead, you don't, you few daisy. Trying to perpetrate, I let the weak debate, the gods execute. Square biz, 95 folk till I'm off the grid. Niggas wanna live how Garvey lived, and they prepare to elevate like Garvey did. I ain't no exception, you know, like I know we each other's reflection. We done been here before, now the goal is for us to rebuild the connection. It's past talk. Time to crawl, build your muscle, then walk. You heard the call, nigga. It's past talk. Time to crawl, build your muscle, then walk. You heard the call, nigga. See, niggas hear the call. Men learn to crawl. Elevate the gods, then walk tall, and then be the all. In that order. Tahir RBG, repack nation the situation. RBG for life. Chill.
family business.
Young Yacht on the beat.
See me around them. They motherfucking family. Believe that. VMC. Pew, pew, pew. In the trunk, that thumper. On my side, that folder. Yes, no disrespect to my Nina, cause my two games so sporty. If it starts with a letter, better believe it's a keeper. RPG around the barrel, that's why I call it a reaper. So please don't try to run. Them missiles will he see you. It will be a close casket, in the words from the preacher. He was at the funeral last week, but the words didn't reach him. Should've made the words to a rap song and bumped through some speakers, so I keep it on 100. No percent of talk about Trump. Yes, sir. It'll beat it up from the back, trying to run. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. They say, hey, it's like a drug. If you do it once, you do it again. I really ain't got time. Been to cut counting these Benjamins with no money. Count them, my hands do just fine. You believe in this party bag if you choose cross that line. It's a thin line between love and hate, so I left them on flat line. It's a thin line between love and hate, so I left them on flat line. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds.
Bobby MC, we handle our biz, so I know by now you know what it is. And if you do not, I'ma let you know this. Be bumping through speakers, you're running your lips. Wait, freeze, hold up, stop. The big man on campus, you know that it's rock. No, I ain't new to this, ain't with no foolishness. You wanna throw your balloon and get pop. Don't really care if you like me or not. Climbing the ladder, you're straight to the top. Zilla Gorilla ain't throwing no barrels, I'm loading them barrels. One lick off a shot, no eye on the sparrow, my eyes on the knot. Counting for the fam, put it in the pot. I'm in Nirvana when blessing the mic. When I'm on the road, you know I'm a rock. When you hear that Huey, yeah, you know that's QC. Y'all coming down the lane like the freight train. Yeah, 2, 3. King James and y'all lanes in the back of your sweat seat. Juicy, y'all paperweight, that's loose leaf. I'm 2 stacks, that's 2G, and I'm gone.
Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Black power up, and your power ain't like insufficient funds. Yeah, level up daily.
Yes, sir.
Fuck you, payment. This shit ain't gravy, man. We walk this shit every day. Not a trend, not a fad. Never. Stand on that square. Be about this family business. Hear me?
Always.
Kings and gods and goddesses. Queens. We the greatest.
Call me G Nation.
Greatness walking.
Black verse.
Fuck all the talking. You
Talk to him, Dr. Clark.
He called for the unity and the redemption of the African world.
Salute them, Honorable Marcus
We were
Garvey.
not ready to listen then.
They might not have been ready then.
There's wonder whether we are ready
Ain't no doubt about it.
to listen
We ready, baby.
now.
Let's go. Yeah.
Flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
Black fists in the sky, breaking side to side. It's the
Flag fly high,
Come on.
flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
RPGs on the rise, all eyes will recognize.
Flag fly high,
Hold it high, let it fly. Rebels colors forever, Garvey will never die. On my night, the throne ready, let's take a ride. Cats won't fix, men don't choose a side. This is the path for the warriors. Seldom travel, yet still glorious. Yeah. Black power represents us. You either rolling with Africa or against us. Ah.
flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
Black fists in the sky, breaking side to side. It's the
Flag fly high,
Come on.
flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
RPGs on the rise, all eyes will recognize.
Flag fly high,
The red is for the blood. I got the best stock, the rest got sludge. The black is for the gods, melanated and elevated, holding the main charge. The green is for the cradle. Africa, everything first, the earth's navel. His Excellency put it together as a symbol of liberation. That's how we get the letters RBG.
flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
Black fists in the sky, breaking side to side. It's the
Flag fly high,
Come on.
flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
RPGs on the rise, all eyes will recognize.
Flag fly high,
This blind minds is 99. People on it, know the time. Out the draft on my design. We roll ready. Hard line. Ain't no games with that red flame. Triple stage of that black bang. Revolution in my veins. Till we free, I won't change. And you can count on that like an abacus. Celebrate the victories and the challenges. It's deeper than social media statuses. This lifestyle for nation building practices. Yeah.
flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
Black fists in the sky, breaking side to side. It's the
Flag fly high,
Come on.
flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
RPGs on the rise, all eyes will recognize.
Flag fly
I
high,
represent that red, black, green, RBG. I'm about that red, black, green, that RBG. I'm about that red, that black, that green, RBG. I'm about that red, black, green, that RBG, baby. RBG, baby.
fly high, my flag fly high, my flag fly high.
Shout out to all my RBGs worldwide. Doing this thing garbage style. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Flag fly high, my flag fly high.
Come on.
That's how you start off. A tribute. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us you can judge a nation by its flag. 100 years of the red, the black, and the green. Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Do Knowledge Radio. Please pronounce this morning. This is your host, Knowledge Born Alive. We are here on the Transition Day celebration. of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey Jr. And we are here to show love and honor to that royal Garvey family line. Garvey lives. Garvey lives. So before I get into what I'm going to bring today, I'm going to bring in on the platform our warrior sister, the reason for the season here. Sass, aka the one.
Shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High. Black power, Black African power. What else do I have down here? Oh, and fight the power. We can't forget those phrases. Black Lives Matter is trash. So we're throwing that in the trash tonight. That's all I'm saying. So we're going to use the phrase Black power, Black African power, or you can say fight the power. Okay, that's all that's allowed up in here tonight, and that's all I wanted to say. So you continue, knowledge. I'm mute out.
Fight the power. Cut the devil head the fuck off. So let me read here really quickly from the sacred text. In Yahshua Sem, a calendar of revolutionary daily living ancestor, Baba Dr. Nwali Kebamani Baruti. You can get this book and all of his other books from www.akabinhouse.com. So let me read. Is the destruction of the evil system of global white supremacy and the reassertion of our right to self-determination and the resurrection of the divine humanity that we brought to the world in the beginning. And that is a quote from Heru Aki Seb, formerly known as James. Victory is in the hands guided by the minds of those warriors who have already won. If you come to the court, field, or board full of apprehension and doubt because of your opponent's reputation, then you have already lost. If you are weary of battle, even though the war won and allow the enemy's propaganda of their progress and righteousness to seep in and infect your morale, you have already begun the process of self-defeat. Warriors must be ever vigilant of every thought entering their conscious and subconscious being. In battle, no matter the brings victory. The affirmation states, I am ever vigilant of every thought entering my mind. The affirmation states, I am ever vigilant of every thought entering my mind. The affirmation states, I am ever vigilant of every thought entering my mind. We're going to get into that during this celebration. We need to reassess our ideals, to our ideological stances, to our political stances, and our commitments to the organized movements that are here of liberation. of African liberation and African sovereignty. We must reassess our commitments. We must reassess what is necessary, the mental, physical, emotional, and psychological ramifications and qualifications. This is not a pipe dream. The Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey is not a picture to adorn your house so you can look African. You heard Tahir say, many of us want to live like Garvey lived, but aren't prepared to elevate like Garvey did. Y'all hear these lyrics. Lyrics. I see more flags now than I've ever seen in my life. This is a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. This is not for self-aggrandizement. This is not something that you hold over for somebody better than the next brother or sister. You're here for the liberation and salvation of that brother and sister. This Garvey name, this flag, 100 years of red, black, and green. What are our thoughts as to liberation? Do we know what's at stake if we do not stand up and fight? Or have we forgotten? Do we have convenient amnesia in regards to liberation? Conveniently, we have allowed these thoughts, just like Baba was speaking about, we are ever vigilant. There are moments in this fight for liberation where you have a tug of war with yourself and you become dismayed by what you see and what you hear. You become dismayed by the improper propaganda that is projected into your psyche as you witness the death and devastation of African people. You become dismayed, you become disheartened, and you become angry, and you look for an enemy within your people. That's a mistake. You look for an enemy within your people. That's a mistake. You allow conversations to be had in your midst, self-defeat before the fight even begins. You say things like, or you hear things said like, we ain't never gonna come together. Black people ain't never came together, so black people ain't never gonna come together. You hear things like, or you say things like, you want to go to war? You want to go to war with your enemy? You the devil and his military? You know the military might of this devil? This devil got nuclear warheads. You ready for that? Nah, man, we ain't ready for that, man. I'm telling you, man, I know. You know what? You know that you need to die. Because you have not elevated to the point to where your life, your safety and security, your creature comforts have not been something that you are ready to divest yourself of. And you might as well die. You might as well lay down in traffic. Matter of fact, you don't even need to check. You are here and you are
You're breaking up.
Liability,
I thought
and their
you were breaking up.
responsibility. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you're like breaking up somewhat. So just so you know.
Try this again. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. All right, try again.
So as this sacred text to the field, when you show at game time, if you are not, you have lost before the fight already starts. You have lost before the game is even. Whatever. Competition is one of the synonyms that's associated with war. So any aspect of that is battle. And if you do not have the mind to win in battle, you're a liability to your team. And your team should leave you wherever they found you and continue on to victory. You can't be in these organizations. You can't be in these spiritual organizations, any of them, and not in it to win it. You can't be in these organizations and not be in it to win it. You cannot be organized in the body. You the functionality of the immune in the body and be fucking suspect. Your immune system can't decide, I don't want to, do my part. Your whole system, decide not to do its job. If the lungs decide to not have that rising ball up the chest, if the blood stops pumping through your body, if your heart gives out, if your heart is not sure whether or not it wants to beat on its own, you're done for. So these forces that work together in your body, they work together in nature, that work together in your family, that work together in your society or the society that we are seeking to build, all have to be with team players that know their roles and do their roles optimally. Your contribution to your society. This is why the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey formed the Universal Negro Improvement Association to improve yourself. A place for you to organize, a place for you to see militarization come before your eyes, a place for you to see the aspect of doing for self, to improve yourself inside out and be organized with a group of brothers and sisters on that same path towards that same goal. To improve so that when it was time to make the departure back to our mother continent, we would not go in a place and be worthless. He said, if you are nothing here, you will be nothing in Africa. So mobilizing millions of people Where are we now 100 years later? Where are we now 80 years after his transition? What is the debt that is owed to that family? What is the debt that is owed to our family? What is the debt that is owed to our ancestors who came this way before us? What do we owe them? We owe our ancestors a debt that has not been paid. A blood debt. We owe our ancestors a blood debt that has not been paid. We owe our ancestors a blood debt that has not been paid. In order for us to reach this level of liberation, salvation, and sovereignty, we have to pay that debt in full. In order for life to come into the physical world, blood has to be shed. In order for life to expire in the physical world, blood has to be shed. How can we continue to allow blood to be shed and not shed blood? Blood for blood. What's the color on the flag? The first color on the flag is red for the blood. The blood that's coursing in our veins, our ancestral blood. That same blood, it's not new blood, it's the same blood, the blood of our ancestors. We are witnessing African people's lives being taken, and we owe a debt. And we are not prepared to make good on that debt. We had an African ancestral deficit. Of debt that is owed. The millions of lives that location and chose you to be a representative of the, we in default. So this is the situation in which we find ourselves in debt. We are operating in the red. So we have a duty and responsibility ancestrally to answer that debt, to pay that debt in full. That's the debt that is owed. And this is what the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey understood with his life. And this is something that made him a target by that bastard J. Edgar Hoover, whatever you want to call him. and a target to those who did not have the heart amongst us. Like today. Like today. Those who don't have the heart amongst us will sit back and run their coward ass mouth above what they have the power to do. And those that do, they have problems with them too. Let me welcome to the platform my brother, this African warrior, gave us for liberation for over 20 years for us, who did not allow anything or anyone to deter him from choosing us. Like Power, what's going on with you, brother?
Black Power, how you feeling, G?
Hey, I'm on your reflection.
Oh, indeed. So it must mean you must be feeling terrific, man.
Hey, my flag is flying high. You understand?
That's right. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I can't really see my phone is tripping as always, but I could definitely hear. I could definitely hear you. And shout out to everybody that's listening. That's on the show. The incomparable Due to Knowledge Radio Empire that's been holding us down since inception. And I thank you for that, brother. You know, this the only show that's doing something commemorating the most honorable Marcus Garvey's transition date. I don't know anybody else doing it.
All them Africans out there, right?
Yep. Right now, they just try to think. They just everybody wonder. Everybody trying is focused on being downtown, asking these crackers for something, asking them for something, and of course at Due to Knowledge Radio we focused on building. So that's what it's supposed to be, actually.
And destroying.
That's
and
right.
Destroying. Yeah.
That's right.
So for you, if you could take a moment to share with us what the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey means to you, our liberation flag, and our plight as African people, take a little moment and give us the OG talk we need.
Yo, man, the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, to me, represents the catalyst and follow through to achieve sovereignty. The catalyst and follow through. He wasn't asking nobody for nothing. He was saying, yo, this is what we need to do, and just to show you, I'm gonna get it kicked off. You know, that's how I won't say that I consciously said I'm living my life like Garvey, but man, when I finally looked up and said, dang, this is pretty much what it gotta be. And I start when I got into studying him, and he was really on some by any means necessary sovereignty for Africans, saying, hey, yo, let's divest and get up and get out of here. and not only get out of here just on some land stuff, get out of here on the mentality. We don't need an American mentality. We got to bring it back to us. Man, super. I used to say way before his time, but I realized no, he was right on time, because he knew that we're gonna have to look back, and we weren't in. We definitely was in there by the millions, but what is happening right now at this point, this is when reading and checking in with Marcus Garvey, this is where it means the most, man, where we need a clue. We need a clue, and he's left not only clues, but the way to do it. You know what I mean? And yeah, those with the courage and the fortitude to Garvey, man, that's who, and this time that's who's surfing the wave right now. Those who lived like that. You know, shoot, man, I mean, just to keep it a stack, I just off the phone with a family member who knows me super well and how I get down, and every time I talk to them, they're asking me for something, and I'm like, yo, what bloodline, who snuck you in? Who snuck you in? Because yo, we right now, family, we got to bring our super best to the table. We have to bring our super best to the table. And if we know what it is to solve those bottom lines for yourself, then you got to let it vibrate through your family. And when your family come and they're not trying to solve them bottom lines, you got to make them look at it. You got to make them look at it and say, yo, you want to be a liability or you want to be on the winning team? The winning team is never fat. It got less than 1% fat. we shed it. We cut it off. And we are dedicated to the win. Period. Dedicated to the win. This is how Marcus Garvey was. You couldn't, you know, even in deportation, he still was gonna win. And even that, he probably looked at it and said, that ain't nothing. I'm worldwide. Now I'm really freed up. Let's get it. You know, like we really gotta that's what he means to me. And I'm just letting it go as far as what he means to me. And he wasn't a guy, from reading from his books and his speeches and people who have studied him, and I'm listening to their findings. He wasn't a guy that was about excuses. He wasn't a guy about saying we about to. He was a guy that was talking about, this is what we're doing, this is where we're going, and this is what we're doing, and no excuses, man. Just getting to it. You know, if he had a divine and a juju person next to him, it might be another day. It may be another day, you know. If it was the fifth, we all be drunk. So I ain't into talking about this. But when we look at what we have to, when we look at what we have ahead of us, we look at this opportune time. It's a very opportune time right now, where you know, yes, our enemies do have some plans, but right now a lot of shit is not. It's not just in, you know, a lot of things are in our favor right now. For all those who know how to take advantage, a lot of things in our favor right now. All we got to do is pull it up, pull it together, and get it cracking. I wouldn't discuss the huddle. I would, you know, it's all kind of crackers in our huddle right now. Believe it or not, I know they in our huddle right now, so I ain't gonna talk about the plays. But what I will say is, it's a very divine time. It's an opportune time. It's auspicious time to don't focus on the pink elephant they want you to focus on. Like, you know what I mean? We got to look at what we got going. And Garvey, this man, look, this is the time to be on it. This is the time to be on it. That's what he means to me. Liberation flag. Take care of your family. Take care of yourself, you know, and take care of your community. that's the best way that you can represent that flag. And let's get to it. Let's build. Let's build. Let's not talk about what we don't want. Let's talk about what we do want. Let's really get to it.
I appreciate that. This one more thing real quick. I wanted to get your thoughts on this ancestral debt.
Uh-oh.
And
I think I'm having a problem hearing you, Gigi.
can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Knowledge.
Let me try
You.
now. What about now? Can you hear me? Try it.
Dang, I can't hear you, man. Maybe it might be my phone. Hold on.
Yeah, he needs to go out and come back in. If you can hear me.
Might have got a call or something.
Yo, I'm gonna try to leave and come back. See if that works.
All right. If you are a practitioner, of any sort, African spiritual system, today would be a day for you, something special on this transition day. And I see you in August. Try this track. Yo.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I can hear you now very well. All right. Might have just been my phone bugging, man.
Okay. Yeah, you might have got a call or something, you know.
I don't know, something. They say up, tell them, throw it back on.
I was saying before you came back in, if I see you in August and I don't see you today, I'm gonna know something.
Yes, sir.
If I see you August 17th with your profile picture changed, because you know that's what we do. I guess that's some cute shit to do. You know, you changing your profile picture, and you know you telling me how much you love the flag, how much you love the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, and I ain't see you today. Might be something different. Might be something real different.
Yeah, man. You know,
you might get some Garvey treatment. And for those that knew, that Garvey treatment wasn't something special that you wanted to receive.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
I don't know. Gee, I think they paint this picture of these docile Africans who just let some people come snatch them up, take them, you know, do whatever they wanted to do with them and all that. Like we such a peaceful people. You understand what I'm saying? Like we just so damn peaceful. It's just like, yeah, you know, okay, all right. Even with the brother, with George Floyd, they had 3 people on him, and he was handcuffed. I wonder why that is.
Yeah.
They had the man that everybody was running for. They ran 2.23 miles for the dude to mile. He ran at his enemy, unarmed, and fought for his life. They were hunting him. They were hunting him. Initially, he was running. They say he was running. He was running from them. They were targeting him, and he ran towards the dude with the gun, the devil with the gun. He ran at him. He didn't run away from him. He ran towards him. He wanted to be remembered fighting when he left this planet, this physical lane of existence. He wanted to be remembered fighting.
Yeah.
He was a whirlwind. We hear what on a man who say, "Look for me in the whirlwind." And then when the whirlwind show up, you don't recognize the whirlwind, but you love Garvey. You say,
right?
You say,
yep.
Oh man, your flag fly is high. You know it's high. You say it's high until situations arise when it's time to bring your flag into battle.
Yeah.
You ain't got your flag no more. You are no longer the flag. You are no longer the ambassador for your bloodline. You are no longer the Avenger. You're going to go watch the Avengers. You ain't no fucking Avenger. You're going to go watch it. You waiting for the next Avenger to come out. And ain't no Avenger coming out of you.
Exactly, man. It's like some, and you know what? That might be, for people to keep it a stack with themselves. If they keep it a stack with themselves, it's okay. It's all right.
Right.
It's almost like the Raiders when you watching football. You watching the Raiders, and you got those people in the stands. They got the full shoulder pads on. They got spikes on their shoulder pads. They got all of this, and they be huge too. They be looking like they might be big enough and strong enough to get on the field, but when you get down to the brass tack, they don't train for that. They just look it, and maybe they're for the morale of the players on the field to look up in the stands and see these people that are crazy about the football players. So maybe some of these people with the flags, because rarely does anybody come and check, are you ready to get on the field? Rarely is that check happening. It used to happen all the time. Now it's a rarity. You could just, if you paid your phone bill this week, you can be a player on the field. So, you know what I mean? And I don't know, man. Maybe it's just, maybe we need, we do need we do need that out there, but we really need players on the field. We got enough in the stands, and I take that back. We can never have too much in the stands. We need as many flags flying, but we don't need people acting like they players on this field when they not. Like, don't act like that, because we might fuck around and tell you, all right, it's your turn, get in. And and we needed that shit. And you wasn't ready to. Yo, what do you mean, coach? What do you mean I'm in? No, I paid my ticket. I'm good. Check with Metro PCS. I paid my ticket to get in. I didn't really want to be on the field. I just wanted to come in the stands. And I don't know, man. I'm just trying to make some. I'm trying to make some sense of it. But I do know that, like, some of those players that be in the stands for the Raiders be looking like they could run a play, but in reality they can't. In reality, they just got some shoulder pads on and some spikes on it, and and a Howie Long T-shirt. They got that, but so I don't know, man. I'm just on the field. I'm just on the field, man, trying to score one for the team. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Just looking and see what I see.
Shout out to my teammates. What's up, African? What's up, African? You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So they got all of the stats. They keep it count. They got the scoreboard and all that. They can run it down first player to the last player.
What?
Stop going to see a Panther and become one. Stop going to see the Panther. Stop going to see the Panther.
Right.
And become one.
And it's easy to become one. It ain't hard. If you really feel it, it's easy. It's a lifestyle. It's so easy. You look up and you'll be one.
You'll be one.
That's what happened to me. I ain't start off saying I am going to be an African revolutionary for the rest of my life. I didn't say that. I just looked up and I had a different circle around me with different ideals. And next thing you know, I'm doing different things. Next thing you know, is no turning back. Then I thought it was no turning back. I thought it was no turning back when I was 25. Then I looked up and said, oh shit, I could have turned back, but I think I made the decision. There was no turning back. I think I've gone so far, and I've chose that. And now I can laugh and smile, like things that seem like adversity to some, they'll say, damn, man, that's tough. And I'm like, what do you mean? This is the game, man. And this is what we do. This is the life. And I can't see doing it any different. And then I'll start to feel like, oh shit, man, I don't know who I am. Nobody don't want to feel like that. So, you stay grounded. I know for me, I just stay grounded in the work, and the work is my family. The work is making sure that my children understand. And it's like, yo, if you didn't want to do this, too late, born into the wrong family, you should have chose somewhere else. Right. Should have chose some, you're gonna come through this bloodline through anybody else. You came through me. You know what it is. It's gonna be like this. It's just what it is, man. I don't even know. I don't know the option. I don't know the other option. You know what I'm saying? I don't know it.
Right.
I don't know it. I think I used to know it, but that shit is so far. Really, it was just a limbo until I got on this. And now, man, I can't expect nothing less. Every day, sharpening. Like Garvey is sharpening every day. Same, we got to be like that. We got to critically analyze the moves that we make, the decisions. We are the sum of our decisions. We're the sum of those. So we every decision counts. You wake up early in the morning, you went to bed at 1 o'clock, you wake up and it's 6 o'clock. What you gonna do? You gonna go back to sleep, or maybe you could get something done right now. Maybe instead of that 1 hour or 2 hours, I don't know what time everybody get up that's listening, but I get up, my body naturally wake up at 7. But if I mess around and my eyes are open at 6, and especially if I got to get up and pee and go use the bathroom, now I'm really up. I have a decision. Man, I got a whole hour. The house is quiet. Maybe I can get this and the third done. All right. Or I could just go back to bed, sleep. Rest is useful. But however, liberation is a lot more useful. So maybe I can sacrifice an hour to put this in. Or if I'm going to stay up late, let me do something productive, like use the time wisely. I swear, man, a little by little. It's a Ifa proverb that says, bit by bit is how you eat the head of the rat. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what it says. Bit by bit, you eat the head of the rat. The rat has 1,000 bones in its skull. 1,000 bones make up a rat's skull. It's very difficult to eat a rat's head. It got long bones that will choke you. Bit by bit. So every bit counts. Every inch counts. First and 10, making a first down. When they say 4th and inches, that's because every inch counts. You know what I mean? Every second, every moment. Moments make a second, make a minute. You got to do all them shits one by one. You can't skip. You can't skip. Maybe on another level we could skip, but the levels that we out here on the planet, in the earth with each other, the minutes add up. And if we take every moment, every decision and say, what am I going to do with this? Not overthink it and procrastinate where you ain't doing shit now. I'm just saying, take every moment and say, boom, I got a decision. What could I do right now? Even if it's just write it down, plan it out, write it down, something. You know, that's how you honor Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Details and then follow through. Detail your plan, follow through, and add on to the legacy of African liberation, because we got a hell of a legacy that happens to be a blink in our total existence. However, it is part of our existence, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it for the rest of our legacy. We're going to do it for that. So yeah, every second, every decision counts, every thought, you know, do it for yourself and your family and your community, not for the camera, not for fucking CBS and NBC. Don't do it for that. Do it for us. Don't do it for me. Do it for us. You know, we you know, I guess we've been just excluded out of, in my opinion, some bullshit, but because we've been excluded, we want to know. But still, we've been excluded out of this American bullshit for so long that now we'll do anything. We'll do anything, you know, to be seen. And it's like, yo, just be felt. Let's get it done, and let's be felt, and felt by each other. Felt by each other, like, oh shit, they turning up, they getting big. Man, what are we gonna do? All right, let's match that build with this build. Next thing you know, we got a whole city we done built off of our own. We've been inspired by ourselves, off our own inspiration. We built something. You know, we've built something. We're really truly can be each other's reflection on that type of level, man. You know, on that type of level, we don't have to reflect, you know, just some, you know, the victim. We don't have to reflect victimization. That ain't us, man. That's not us. That ain't us. You know what I mean? That's why that man ran at that gun. He like, fuck that. Y'all gonna touch me. You gonna have to touch me then, because I'm, you know, and right. And that's what we gotta. Not saying we need to be running at guns. No, what I'm saying is take ownership of your life. He wasn't going to let them take his life. He was going to take. He's like, if anybody going to take it, I'm going to take. I'm going to run on it. You ain't about to make a run on me. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, I don't know. It's so hard to. You know what? More and more these days, G, I be having to search for the words to describe describe this lifestyle, because we so in it that it's just regular. It's just regular, man, and it's just regular. It's just regular. I do know one thing. Yo, we got to get busy. Whatever your skill set is, do it for your people. Whatever it is, do it for our liberation. Do it for our liberation. Make sure you link in with people that's about our liberation. It's time to stop having those bullshit ass friends. No fucking bullshit friends. Have your circle Trump tight. Trump tight. You know, you got, you know, farmers in your community. You need to make them your people. Fix a dinner for that farmer. Make sure they good. You know seamstresses and you know people who make clothes. Do what you do for them. Make them feel good. You know, warriors that are at a drop of a hat, everything is mowed down. You better make a dinner for them. Keep them good. You know, that's construction work. People could build a house. You know, I know of some house builders. I make sure they good. You know, your juju people, your priests, that are in touch with the forces and can make things pop. Be good with those folks, because we gotta change the dynamic of what makes a friend. Like, no friends, just comrades and family. You know what I mean? I don't even know. I guess that's how I would explain it. Yeah, man. Just we gotta have the quality of people that, as far as revolutionary, or if if you say, hey, I'm a revolutionary, but damn, look where we'll start making some changes, man. Some people gonna have to kick rocks, and some people you're gonna have to come and introduce yourself with your worth, not with what you want to do, with your worth. So get your weight up in worth, and then approach them revolutionaries, and you'll make an ally for life. You'll make a lifetime ally, bringing your worth to the table, and not just your mouth to the table, because everybody got that, as you can see. But we got to bring our worth and surround yourself with the people that you want to become. Surround yourself with that. And if it's a revolutionary, if it's an African revolutionary, African liberator, then surround yourself with African liberators. Hold each other accountable. Man, I get held accountable all the time. It's always something that I didn't overlook, and somebody gonna bring it to me, because I guess that's just the kind of life I live, that everybody got to make sure I'm on point, and I appreciate it. I've grown to appreciate it. At first, it was like, yeah, why y'all always on my back? Damn, what you doing? All that. But you know what? No, they goddamn right. They see something in me that said, yo, you should be holding the line, bro. You should be holding the line. Why ain't you holding the line? Okay, you're right. Next thing you know, it's just regular, and you building and you getting things done. You're getting things done because you're surrounded by people who are your reflection, and if they look at you, they don't see their reflection. They're gonna say, "What the hell wrong with this mirror?" They're gonna holler at you. Like, we can't be afraid of that. We can't be afraid of steel sharpening steel. That's all I get. That's what I got to say, G. I know I just started going, but yeah.
It went exactly how it was supposed to go, in divine order. You see what I'm saying? I love this lifestyle. I ain't have to get put on. My birth was proof of my enemies and where my allegiance lies. My birth. And if I didn't know my birth story, I would know.
You. That's my phone again.
Yeah, let me leave and come back. Can you hear me?
There we go. I'm in there.
All right. I said I ain't had to get put on. My birth story.
Yeah.
Was proof of where my loyalty lies and who my enemies are. My birth. Nothing else. Born in
birth.
It. Not sworn in it. My birth. Me. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Me. My ancestors saw fit to bless me with a birth where there was no illusion. There was no illusion. With the doctors in the hospital, there was no illusion that they wanted my death. From birth, fresh out the womb. The conditions that surrounded my birth and the season I was born in was proof enough. I didn't need to read no motherfucking books. I didn't need to. I didn't need to read no books. I didn't need to join no organizations. Even though I've read books and joined organizations, I did not need a book. It was on site. It was war at first sight.
War at
with
first
me
sight.
and our enemies. No other birth in my family bloodline. I have 3 older and 3 younger. Nobody else's birth was like mine. Nobody else had my assignment. Birth stories is important. And as the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey's grandson watches, he's watching us right now. He just hit me. This is how we met. This is how we met, Tahir. You understand what I'm saying? Doing
Absolutely.
this right here.
Absolutely.
Doing this. You know, in the trenches. There's a lot of audiences out here. There's millions of people that watch and subscribe to all these other people, and they ain't giving you a motherfucking thing. They ain't give you nothing. They got nothing for you because they ain't supposed to have nothing for you. If you looked at our lessons, you say you love the devil because the devil gives him nothing. Why then would we love God for the same purpose? God ain't giving you shit. So these aspects right here, just even surrounding something simple, don't come to me with Garvey if you ain't came to me with your grandmama. If you ain't came to me with your mama or your daddy, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your family, your bloodline, that blood debt that I was talking about earlier. Oh, you think it's just for Nat Turner? No. Big Mama wants some blood too.
Woo!
Like Rosewood, when they said Big Baby gonna shoot Big Baby, could have left. And he would have still been alive. Big Baby said he was gonna shoot because he understood his role and responsibility to his family and to his brother. Where is that energy for your bloodline? Where is that funk you got when you say it's on site? Where's that on site for your bloodline? Then we could get to our people. You have atrocities that happen in your bloodline, trauma epigenetically that comes through your bloodline that you ain't resolved, but you ready to fight. That's what you say out your mouth. And that's what you demonstrate with African people on the regular. Mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically. Our sisters say, hey, the sky is blue today. Actually, sister, if you knew any fucking thing, it's blue, red, orange, green.
Right.
That's what you got to say. This is what you got to say. You ain't got none of that. You won't even say nothing to our enemies. You won't even say nothing to these crackers, to these Asians, to these Arabs. You won't even say a motherfucking thing to them. You got everything to say to my sister, though. And my birth was a shift on how everybody viewed my family. My family and everybody outside of my family. If I thought you said something to my sister, I beat your ass. If I thought it. If they said something to you and your eyes looked like you had something to say back, I beat your ass. No instruction manual. Born with it. So when there's issues in the family amongst my sisters, they know not to call me unless somebody needs to be gone. I don't want to hear about it otherwise. If you upset, make sure you stay upset and mean that you upset when I get the call. And when I hit the scene, people need to understand their role and responsibility. cats coming up explaining, yo, I tried to, yo, I did all of that because I'm airing it out. I'm airing it out. You understand what I'm saying? So if I'm
Absolutely.
that way about my family, if I'm that way about the women in my family, about the brothers in my family, I don't care what they did. You gave me a larger family to look at. Now, if they doing some shit and living some kind of way that's not commensurate to an African lifestyle, I could give a fuck about their life. I'm
Right.
saying that.
Right.
You understand what I'm
Oh
saying?
man.
You X'd out. You X'd off the list. If they living in accordance to a life-affirming situation that is African, it's war from the cradle to the grave. Wholehearted. That's real love.
Absolutely.
If you ain't been in close quarter combat situation against your enemy, you ain't lived yet.
Woo!
That's why this shit is theory to you. This shit is theory. This shit is you can pontificate about it, you can intellectualize about it, you can theorize about it, but until you had that engagement, it means absolutely fucking nothing. It don't mean a damn thing.
Right. Right.
And I don't believe you. I seen you demonstrate it with your people, with your fam. I seen you wrestling and arguing and caviling with your fam. I seen you doing that, talking slick. I seen you cut your family off. Oh, I ain't speaking to that nigga. I ain't speaking to that, I ain't speaking to that motherfucker. You cut him off. I seen you do that. You going right to your enemy's house. Time when this shit jumped off, Cash was like, what am I supposed to do with my children?
What am I supposed to do?
What I'm supposed to do with my children? I'm supposed to believe you now. You ain't have nothing for your children. I heard some folks say that they was going to take their children to the teacher's house and drop them off. You ain't got nothing for your children. And you telling me you got something for me. You got something for African liberation. And that liberation ain't starting your home with your children.
Man.
You carting them off. You can't wait for school to start back because you need your children out of your house. You can't wait to go back to work so you could be out of your house with your family so you could be with these crackers all day.
Man.
That you say you out there doing for your family. But you can show me a flag. You can show me a flag, though. You could raise your nasty ass fist that need to be chopped the fuck off along with your head. And say you talking Black Power.
Damn.
You here for Black Power. This ain't it.
Nah, man.
This ain't it. I seen a picture with a Thundercat Panther patch on the head. Deliberate, whatever the case may be. You know how crafty these motherfuckers are. To continue a divide amongst the divided so they can continue to conquer. It showed like this is supposed to be the militant stance and the militant representation of our organizations, which I know is false.
Absolutely.
But one click, 3,000 comments with something to say about my sister, and you don't even know what's going on, if that's real or not. That's how easy it is. Devil tell you when to get upset. Devil tell you when to be happy. Devil tell you when to go to work. Devil tell you when to go home. Devil tell you when to celebrate your mama. Devil tell you when to celebrate your daddy. Devil tell you when to get something for your children.
And you can't say nothing of the contrary. They'll go for your neck if you say anything contrary to those things. Yeah. Yep.
And if slavery,
yep, the fight is blowing.
Supposed to be. If slavery is supposed to be not over, not abolished, got more advanced, and the ancestral blood that run through the veins of these young Africans that's out here are sick of the plantation, and they want to burn the fucking plantation to the ground. If they want to be the judgment, everybody out here with all of this deep talk, I'm telling you, they got this deep talk, it's prophesized, we living in the end times, and then when shit start burning up, motherfuckers is perplexed.
Right. Be smart, don't burn it.
So these young angels that's cracking the sky on earth and coming in here by the thousands and tearing this shit the fuck up. You telling them, no, you trying to save America. You trying to light a torchlight for America. You witnessing the fall of America, but you trying to keep the torchlight lit. I know you want to see you. You running around here looking for cracker allies and say we need some of them.
Right.
You cruising out here and say we like it or not, we in this together.
We cruising out.
We cruising out here.
Like, man.
Like it or not, we in this together. How are we in this together? How? You right when you say we in this together. How are we in this together? What position are we in this together? What position? I see you. You out here cruising. You hated your daddy. You could hate your daddy and vilify your daddy because your daddy gave you some correction.
Damn.
You hated your daddy so much, you went and got a dog. You brought that dog home. And instead of you training the dog that you brought home, the dog trained you to be a dog.
Talk about it.
Train you to be a dog. Now you bark on command when the dog tells you to fucking bark.
Woo!
You let them dogs pet you and grope you. Now you coming back to us. Now you coming back to us. Now you got to appeal for us. You don't deserve your head and nobody who fuck with you. I see you cruising out here. Because he ain't alone. There's a bunch of them others out here cruising. Out here cruising for a bruising. That's what we used to say. That's what we used to say when we came up. You out here cruising for a bruising. That's what you looking for out here. A bruising. And when we wanted to get down top, we was like, ain't nothing stopping us, but ain't nothing but air and opportunity. What they say, air and opportunity or space and opportunity is, hey, it's there.
That's it.
Space and opportunity, yep.
That's it. That's it. You had that space. You held that space for that opportunity for somebody who looked like you. But as soon the opportunity came to somebody who ain't look like you, you RoboCopping out here. All of a sudden, that gun, that it don't bust no more. You can't. Fail safe in your head. Ain't nothing like it. I live for. I live for every fucking moment to break a cracker's jaw that was bestowed upon me. Every moment. It ain't theory over here. It ain't theory over here. Oh, those Doc Martens? Yes. Thank you. Crash. to the ground. Drug your ass in the street. It meant nothing about your life. It meant nothing. It meant absolutely nothing. There's no way. I was looking at the Emmett Till story today. There was no way as an African man I could have let somebody come get my nephew from the house. 2:30 in the morning. There wouldn't have been nobody to call maybe because we all would have went out.
Right.
We all would have went out. Maybe we just would have had to hear the words some other kind of way from some neighbors or something. I couldn't call her. And say, I let your son go with these crackers and they killed him. I let him go. I let him walk in my house from room to room. I couldn't do it. I could hear her screeching. I could hear her tears and her wailing. How could you hear that wailing and not be ready for war? How could these motherfuckers get old? How could nature do what you couldn't? But that's the situation. That's the situation. How could cancer get you and not a bullet, not a brick, not a knife, not a bottle, not nothing? How could this cracker bitch who lied on her deathbed recant and the narrative is still getting pushed by the family? What kind of stain does that leave in your blood lineage? How large is that debt that need to be paid? We had an African ancestral deficit. And we out here cruising.
Yeah, man.
I just want to read something real quick. Message to the warriors. I live in this book and a lot of Bob's books. I live in this book. I seen the title, it said Message to the Warriors, so I knew Baba was talking to me. He had to tell me individually he talking. But I know when that file gets sent into the basement where we dwell, we the real 18 with no crackers in it. No crackers named Hannibal. We come from some Africans that killed some crackers named Hannibal. We know that.
That's right.
I'm on page 34. It says, in its choice to be free, we have to identify who is doing this to us. We have to stop living in fear and put some serious thought into correctly defining enemy. For if that enemy remains in power after the shackles are broken, there is a good probability that they will succeed in reattaching them, this time more firmly. We're not dealing with idiots or beings who do not know exactly what they are doing. If we were, we would not be having this discussion. So you see Africans out here saying, yo, Ty, man, you know what I'm saying? These people is innocent. They don't know what they're doing.
Right.
They don't know no better. But your brother know better, right? Your cousins, your sister, your aunt, your mother, because people be talking about their parents and shit. Oh, they fucking coons and all that shit. Yeah, you ain't got no patience and no love for your family. You apologizing for your enemy. You're making excuses for your enemy. Nah, Ty, he just like us. I'm telling you. He listen to hip hop, so that's a qualifier.
Right.
Yo, he grew up in the same neighborhood as us. He been around us his whole life. Dylan Roof did. How you think he knew where to find you? How you think he knew what time you was gonna be there? He came right to you.
Yo, they Yo, man, yeah. They students, man. They students of it. They ain't forgot for 1 second, and they're doing their best to be in the flow of the energy that we spend to get things done. My wife, shout out to my wife T Mott, she just told me tonight that the Trump is doing his first rally for his presidency in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is the 99th year of the commemoration of
Tulsa
Tulsa.
race riots.
Yeah. And you know, it definitely, and the day of it was when George Floyd was assassinated. That same day was that day. And then here, I mean, yeah, man, we gotta stop being on our sleepy, man. We can't be on the sleepy mode and on that. Oh, it's just you're thinking too deep. You're super conscious. You're you know, all of this shit. That shit right there is what's gonna get us fucked up. That's what's gonna get people stole in the face. It's like these crackers will steal you in your face if you think for 1 second that they don't know what they doing. If you feel like, yo, this shit is not, you feel like, oh, it ain't that deep. No, it's that deep. It's deeper. But what's not deep is what we got to do. What we got to do is just a few, not even a lot, a few steps. You know, a few steps. And the one thing, man, that you know how it is, man. 2 in the morning, you just think, you know, every now and then the thought comes to me, man, okay, my children are solid. They're in the tradition. If I was to transition today, they know how to erect my shrine. They know how to pull me back. So, man, why do I keep going? And then maybe 1 second later, I say, oh, well, what else I'm gonna do? Let me keep on going. But man, I swear, I just wonder what's on people's minds when they think that shit is just sweet out here when it ain't. They think it's easy. They feel like, you know, nah, man, they look at them, they on their knees, they bending down too. Oh, look, you know, they dancing with us. I think we're getting to them. I think they're understanding. Or even those who all of a sudden, for this whole time, however many years that they've been hearing and coming into contact with revolutionaries, and we've been called everything from hoteppers to all kind of shit. And then when the white man says it's time to be mad, now you mad, but now you full of ideas like you about to run it. And it's like, nah, you about to be a liability. Like, yo, there's a play going on. Yeah, welcome to the stadium. We're in the fucking 4th quarter. You missed the whole fucking game. Like, like sit on the bench and learn to play first. You know? Take the bench, put your red shirt on, and learn to play before you get out there trying to run a play and you don't know which way we even going. You about to score one for the other team. You running the wrong way. It's crazy, man. I don't mean to. They be having me just confused, man. Like, yo, I don't get this part. But this is all part of our liberation legacy. It's all part of it. We got to take note of it. All the writers write about it. All whatever skill you have as an African liberator, we got to get this legacy documented in all types of ways, because some of these things, and I'm looking at it like this, G. Yeah, some of these things we can't repeat, but I'm looking at it like this. I know that our existence is waves. We exist in waves. We know it. And what we're about to do, the wave, the sine wave, I don't know. It may have been Kemet, may have been before Kemet. We was on the top. Sine wave was cresting, and then it goes down. And the whole time, we know what it is. That's why they wrote it on the wall. They wrote what it was going to be. And here it is. We're getting close to the bottom of the sine wave. Notice I say close to the bottom. We ain't at the bottom yet. When them goddamn streets is running with blood and we getting busy and it's fucking destitute, that's when that shit gonna start going up. But we as long as we got AC, we still on the way down. As long as we can say, oh, it's too hot out there, I need to go inside. As long as we can cry like that,
yeah, we
still on the way down. But we definitely, our children are our insurance. And I'm just speaking, I just gotta say it right now. Like, we can't pass our fears on to our insurance policies we call children. Our insurance our children are insurance of liberation. If you put bullshit into them, if you put dependency on them, then you are ensuring that they will be dependents for the rest of their shit. And they're gonna pass that on to their children. Now you have dependency locked in your bloodline. You gotta some kind of way shake it. So right now we have an opportunity. We got an opportunity right now to stop depending on our enemy. I know it's gonna be hard. I know to some of us that shit don't sound possible, but we have to challenge ourselves. And when I say it, I'm saying ourselves. I challenge myself and my family every day. Sometimes way harder some days than others. Sometimes it's just light work, but it has to be every day. We have to, family, if we want to achieve African liberation and African sovereignty, depending on our enemy is going to have to stop all the way. That means the lights that we got on, like, we have to start from somewhere. We got to start on the small things. Whatever you like to eat. You like to eat spinach? Grow spinach in the backyard. If not just one thing, grow one thing. And keep adding on to those one things until you look up and you got a plethora of stuff that you go to your community for and you supply for yourself, and things that the community can count on you for. You know what I mean? And we got to just keep going. We are so close. We so close. Yo, the America's on its back. The roach is sprayed and it's kicking. And we can't we can't be talking about save the roaches now. Now we can't save them. We got to give it to them. Keep spraying that bitch. We got to do it. Right. And when it's gone, while it's going, we got to get those things together. And don't be afraid to be like, oh shit, it's gone. It's gone. What am I going to do? Don't be afraid of that, because now that's the opportunity for growth. There's nowhere else left to go but up. There's nowhere else to go. Even if you can't figure it out and you die, have some children before you die. They'll figure it out. But we got to get up off these crackers' titties. I swear we got to get up off them titties, man. It ain't meant for us. It ain't meant for us. It debilitates us. I've heard people talking about, yo, we gonna go down there downtown and show them what we got, but first we gonna need a permit. People want to get a permit to go downtown to talk shit. They want a permit for that shit. I swear, man, yo, I know we getting close. I'm not the one to beat up on our people, but you know what? But for real though, Yo, we so close that now I can't take it. I can't take your excuse. I can't take no excuses now. We too close. Too close. Too close. We too close. We too close. We can't take excuses. We can't be out here we can't be satisfied with our ignorance and you know, oh, that's just too deep. Oh, you're going too far. Nah, we can't. Nah, we can't. We almost there. We almost there. They done ran out of shit. Now they only just trying to think of shit. That police dancing with people, that shit is a move. They was like, yo, they start doing that first. They saw that this shit. You come out to some of them shits, they got the music already up. They got it on the stands. They got it. They're like, yo, we gonna play this music. We gonna do this. You know, it's and I want to add this too in there, just because we don't, man, yo, we really gotta. It's nothing wrong with research on things. You know, it's nothing wrong with research and finding out why certain things are happening and forming in a world based on worldview, based on information. You can determine if something is real or not. You know, this Black Lives Matter movement, and I don't know if we spoke on this yet, but I just want to say it, and maybe we have. You know, I've just really been you know, it's an opportune time to be in the trenches and making some things happen. So me and the comrades, we've been making some things happen, but I haven't had a chance to really tap in. So one of the things, this Black Lives Matter movement, it was it was started in Ferguson. From what I know, it was a real movement started by real people on the ground after Mike Brown's assassination. Family in Ferguson had enough. Yo, organizers got together, some gang lead. You know, first of all, I want to say this. For gangs, those are organizations, family. Those are organizations. Yeah, the American media paints it a certain way so you don't respect the gang and you don't respect the organization, you know, but those are organizations and highly organized. Okay. But they picked from some of those organizations and they formed something, Black Lives Matter, and they were getting it done. They were getting it done. Then this is what I've just seen, and I'm please add on. I saw then all of a sudden, well, I'll say put a pin in that. Then you have this guy, George Soros. A lot of people know about George Soros as him putting money into Black Lives Matter, putting $100 million. When that happened, of course, and when he gave that type of money, they're gonna do what he wanted to do. All of a sudden, a lot of those revolutionaries who were real were murdered. They began to be murdered.
Right.
They were taking them out because you can't have them and control it. Nah, that's not going to work. So his money made some things happen. How and who? I don't know how they did it, but I do know I saw the results, that brothers were dead, sisters were dead, you know. Then let's get into who George Soros is. Like, just doing that research, yo, he got his money. He's a Forex trader. He hit for $1 billion off trading of, I think it was a currency out of Thailand. And he did a trade or whatever, however they do with the Forex. And he made $1 billion in one day. Because that's just, he did the right bet. He bet on it, he traded, he got it. Then he did it again for 769 million. Now this is Financial Times, this they shit. This is what they're saying about this guy. the way that you trade, the way that your cues in forex trading comes from whatever's happening in countries. So the top countries that you trade, the monies that you trade against, top countries are the United States, or the top currencies are the US dollar and the euro. I mean, the pound, whatever the EUR one is. Is that the euro?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
okay,
euro.
I think that's the euro. But
Okay.
he did these moves, and these moves as far as forex trading are based on what countries are going through. So anytime you see Black Lives Matter pop up, because they don't pop up anywhere and they don't work with nobody. They are independent. You'll never see Black Lives Matter in conjunction with ABC puts on XYZ. You'll never see that. You only see Black Lives Matter, the hashtag, and you're not even going to know who or what. And it's a lesbian organization talking about Black Lives Matter. How can you talk about life and you ain't got a man and woman in the mix? But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But what I'm saying is that George Soros, whenever you see Black Lives Matter, know that that's a forex trading move. That's just what I've come to see. That, right now, if you had your money against the US dollar, you done came up. And Black Lives Matter gave you the clue to do it. So when we look at now everywhere it's happening, I'm not saying that our feelings aren't real. No, hell no. We trying to burn some shit. We pissed. However, organization wins wars.
That's right.
We'll win a battle, but organization wins wars, and those who have resources to stay alive.
That's right.
You can't eat that money. If you can eat money, god damn, we would never spend it. We'll just get it and eat it. But yeah, we gotta take a deeper look. And I'm not talking about take a deeper look for 5 years. Take 5 seconds. Right. Take 5 minutes and look and say, oh, okay, now what am I gonna do? Like, we gotta get back to playing speed chess. Like speed chess, we got to know certain moves when they say, okay, boom, all right, we're going to do that. Then let's do this. But I'm saying play that out in your life. Play it out in your life. Right when you see, you should already have it popping for African liberation. But when you see a certain move, it might call for this now. Oh, all right, I got to move like this now. Let me do this right here. And all for building, not for reaction. All for building. Because this country they wait on our reaction. They can't even make a move without our reaction. If we don't react, they got to do it again. Do it again. They're not that smart, but they do remember. They're not that smart, but they do remember. So yeah, man, I just wanted to put that out about that. Like, that's just something I saw. I don't know if anybody's built on that or not. If so, that's beautiful. Let's continue to keep building and keep, critically analyzing this situation and making a move based on our findings, and not just finding, but make a move and celebrate straight up. Celebrate our warriors. Celebrate our warriors. Celebrate them. Because that's who it's gonna take. That's who it's gonna take. It ain't gonna. I swear, we ain't gonna vote our way out of this. We not vote our way out. To a degree, we ain't about to pray our way out either.
Right.
We not about to pray our way out. And how about? Have we ever thought about all of the tears and the prayers and everything from our ancestors that went through the Ma'afa, even those sages and those seers way back in Kemet that saw today, they saw what we was about to deal with. Everybody's wishes for us to be back in our groove again. How about they coming true now? They're coming to fruition.
Right.
So we gotta push that gas. Don't be afraid. No, push the gas. Go, 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 go. And make sure that you're going the right way. If you just got in this car, you need to sit in your baby seat and put the baby bottle in your mouth and ride. If you just got in this car, please accept the baby seat. You can't ride shotgun. You can't even ride outside of the baby seat. You got to sit in the baby seat and grow. Because right now, this is not the time to be, we don't need no lone wolves. We don't need that. Yo, you know what was the craziest thing I seen? I haven't been watching all that TV and shit. I don't never watch it. But when I turned it on, I saw a hillbilly dude out there in the middle of all of that shit with a crossbow. Did you see that?
Nah, I ain't see that shit.
He was in the middle with a crossbow and he wanted to shoot him somebody, but he couldn't figure it out and they overtook him. And the first thing I thought was,
I did see
that's
that shit.
because you jumped out there by your damn self. All the rest of your organization, your hillbilly organization, still in the mountains watching. They watching. The only organization down there is Black Lives Matter and the police.
Right.
So it might as well say all our enemies is down there.
Yeah, same organization.
You know what I mean? So we just got to be smart. We got to give our support to the youth that say, yo, I don't give a fuck. I'm tearing this bitch up. We got to support them and our strategists. We gotta stop. I know how it feels. Like, yo, man, I've been saying this for years. I've been saying it. Y'all motherfuckers ain't listening. Fuck you. No, we can't be like that. Yes, it does piss you off.
Yeah.
Yes, but we gotta still say, yo, nah, give some direction, give some protection. And if you see a move that's gonna be if you get involved, it may be your demise, and you done told them, yo, we need to move like this, we move like this. I don't give a fuck. Yo, just know that that's the spirit of I don't give a fuck, and we need it out here. You got to get out the way of that and let them do that work, but don't get on their back for having that spirit. That spirit got to live. It got to be out there, but we got to offer that leadership still and continue to do what we do. It's time to turn it up some more. And when I speak this, I'm speaking it to myself, to my comrades, to everybody listening. We got to turn it up some more and think sovereign. What are we going to do after we burn this whole shit down? How are you going to get it in and thrive, not survive? Fuck all that underground city shit. And can't, we breathing smog now. No. How are we going to thrive? It's a time right now we could figure that shit out. And we got to figure that out. Get with those who you think figured it out in person. Right. If you feel like you know somebody who figured it out, say, hey man, how can I get with you in person? You know what I mean? And let's build. Please come to them with something on the table. Come to them with something on the table. Hey, this is what I got to add. This is what I got to add, and don't be feeling no way when they gotta vet you. They gotta vet you.
Bring a head
nobody
to the table.
Nobody don't want to be vetted. I see you saying something, man. I can't hear you, but damn, let me I'm gonna come out and come back in so I can hear you. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
If you want them to take you serious, bring a head to the table and put the head on the table, and you'll see if they serious or not. The one that you think is the expert, bring a head to the table, and let them know this how far you prepared to go.
You bring a head to the table. You bring a head to the table. I think we'll take you serious.
Yeah, you bring a head to the table. You put it on the table and say, "This how far I'm prepared to go." How about you?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
What's your idea? What's your vision? Whatever it is, okay. Right. If it don't involve the shedding of blood, we don't need to have no conversation. You go to the other table with the other people that's having that other conversation.
And you know what, G? Malcolm, I was just checking on in the I don't know what speech this came from actually, now that I think about it. But on one of his speeches, I was just checking. It was a clip of it. He said, if protesting is going to bring about African liberation tonight or tomorrow morning, and that means totally, all the way, burning that. I'm talking about full, all the way. It is over. Let the celebration begin. Let the confetti fall. If it ain't about to be like that, he said, yo, He said, nah. And I agree. He's like, yo, we got to come down there. And if we're going to do that, we got to come down there and wipe it all out. Wipe everything out. All of it got to go. It ain't about to be like that. Get organized to some more tightening because when we move out like that, that's what's going to happen. And we got to make space for that. You can't be like, oh, don't tear it up. Oh, it ain't nothing but a bunch of thugs and savages. Oh, you can't do that. You can't say that. Like, nah, that's the work that you've been waiting on. It's the work you've been waiting on. But yeah, he said that, man. He said that. And looking at where things are, it's gonna get there. It's gonna get there, and I can't wait. It's a beautiful time to be alive. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. It's a beautiful time to be alive. I'm looking forward to it. And again, we gotta take care of each other. Start in your home first. Wash your own dishes first before you start washing other dishes. Get your dishes in your crib right. And then in your community, right? It's still the same thing. Go hold your community down, hold your hood down. Then your block. Then start realizing, damn, either we gonna take the bitch or we gonna have to get back and plot and strategize and take it. It's an opportune time, but nevertheless, regardless, we gonna have to take it. We gonna have to, at the end of the day, beginning of our new day. It relies on us. It depends on us doing that work, getting that work done, and we know what work that is. We gonna have to get right to it. So there's no way around it. It's no voting it out. Now we're gonna have to get right, like my brother say. Come to us with that head. Come to us so we can show you the heads we got. So you can say, oh shit, these boys ain't playing. No, we not. We really building and it's dynamic. It's got so many dynamics. Come in, join in, let's get it cracking.
If you ain't prepared to take that head, you know where you stand.
Right.
Off the rip.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for anything you want. That's for anything you say you want. Show up with that head in the hand. They showed that little reenactment in 1804, where they had all of these motherfuckers, these race traders, in the room, and they handed them a gift box with the heads of their husbands on the inside.
Mm.
They opened up this gift. They was at this gala. It was food. Everybody was dressed to the nines, and they gave them the gifts. The cracker gave them the gifts of their husband's head in the inside of the box. So what you trying to institute? This was the gift. Y'all seen that Panther movie? He showed up to Wakanda with that cracker in the parachute. That was a gift.
Yeah.
He showed you what time he was on. And we allowed that revolutionary spirit to be killed just like it was killed in the movie.
Wow.
He was heartless, but he was full of heart because he knew he owed a debt to his family.
Right.
And he came at the throne for it. And he took the throne. And once that debt was paid to his family, he was unleashing it on the collective. That's not something that you could see. That's not something that you could see. And even though his cousin was still alive, he told him that challenge shit is over.
Right.
He didn't even get that shit a second thought. He didn't even think about that shit. The plane was in the air. He was going for the next challenge in that mission. You got your orders. There was nothing like what we see. We can't even envision it in our mind. That's how you got chumps and suckers running and running. It ain't even a thought in your mind. That's why I was reading what Bible was saying. He's vigilant of every thought that enters his mind. As warriors, we got to be vigilant of every thought that enters our mind. Because that whisper, all it takes is a whisper in the wind. And all it takes is a whisper in the wind. A hypnotic suggestion. You back to sleep. They got this cracker talking about, Biden talking about he wanted to give $300 billion to the police. And then in the other breath, he talking about reparations to include Native Americans. They ain't paying attention to this talk. Where you gonna be at? What you doing? Okay. So you said Tulsa, Oklahoma on June 19th. You don't fuck with your ancestors, but they fucking with them.
They sure are.
You don't fuck with them. You don't fuck with mama and grandmama and great grandma. They going right there on holy sacred ground, blood that they shed. They fucking with them. They pulling some shit all right in front of your goddamn face, and you are damned. You goddamn. You done damn the God in you.
Right.
You waiting to see when the next stimulus check comes.
Woo.
You waiting for the next Avengers movie.
And we over here being super conscious.
You waiting for Black Panther 2 to see if Inchidaka come back, if he really dead, because ain't nobody see his body. Instead of being Inchidaka in your family. Raising up some Inchidakas in your family. I don't go by that damn shit they talking about, Killmonger. We warmongers, yeah. We love battle and confrontation with our enemy. We live for it. We live through it. We lost folks to it. Yo, could you be Mumia right now, Ty? Could you be Mumia? Could you be the Move 9? Could you be any of them? Coming home after 40 years, could you be Matulu? You gave your life. You gave your life. You gave your life and can't get a letter. You gave your life and your children don't even know who they are. Could you be Imam Jamil Alameen? Could you be these guys and these brothers and these sisters? And could you hear some shit like free all political prisoners and be okay with that? Because they ain't talking about you. They ain't talking about you. You hear a phrase like all power to the people. What people? Woo! What people?
Yeah, G.
And if you knew what that shit meant, and you knew who said it and why they said what they said and what that shit meant, you wouldn't say it. It ain't for you. What's for you? What's for you and who's for you? That's what you need to know in warfare. Otherwise, like Bobby Steve Kobe Sr. said, it's confusion on the battlefield. Black lives matter, all lives matter, confusion on the battlefield. Are we standing? Are we kneeling? Are they kneeling? What does that mean? They still running after the dude because he picked out his afro. We didn't even know he was black. He picked his afro out, and we standing for a motherfucker who kneeling. Who say he ain't had a job and he got blackballed out of an industry and he funding organizations and he bailing people out of jail. Don't that sound like a promotion?
Wow.
Everybody doing what you're doing now. It's trendy time. They could pick up the microphone and now you can speak to the rise of our people after you spent the last 20, 30 years speaking death to our people. And how many of our people you would kill in the song? And how many people you have killed in the song that look just like you?
Right.
You send your children to private school and they get private education off of the death and devastation of African people. And you could dress up in your costume. We're supposed to believe you when we see you with your beret on now. You playing Panther. You playing Panther.
Yeah, man.
Ain't no insurrection in you.
Nope.
There's some investigation in you. There's some investigation in you, not no insurrection in you. No vetting. Yo, did you see them shoelaces tie? I told you he with us.
Right.
He had red, black, and green shoelaces. I told you. I told you. He had one of them rings. It looked like it had an unk on it. Yo, he with us. That's all it takes.
Yeah, G.
I seen a video with these crackers kneel down in front of some black folk talking about forgive us for racism. Forgive us for racism in the name of Jesus, they wanted. Instead of beating their ass to death, they in there crying with them. Overwhelmed with emotion that these devils could bow to you. And that's all it takes. That's how South Africa was lost. That's how South Africa was lost. All you have to do is tell us what you did and we'll forgive you. Come tell us what you did. So the crackers went in there and said, we killed your mother, we raped your sister and your brother, we killed your father. That's what we did. And we're taking your land every day, and this is our shit. You live in the shanties, we live in the mansions. It looked like the Hamptons where we live. It looked like nothing where you live. You forgive us, right? That's all it takes. That's all it takes. You can't cry a tear can't cry a tear. You don't got no tear. Like General Taco said, you got no blood to bleed when it comes to your own. None. You got all the blood to bleed when it comes to your own, and none for this cracker, not one. Wouldn't even smack a bug on the cracker. These young warriors is pulling crackers out of their cars through the window.
Straight up.
And you got a problem with it. They busting through the window, pulling these crackers out the window and beating the shit out of them. And you got a problem with it. And you got this flag in your house. And you got 700 unks on your goddamn neck. You got everything. You ain't ready to do nothing. You ain't ready to do nothing. Something ancestrally instinctual in the mind of this warrior said that this motherfucker is my enemy and they deserve this ass whooping or death.
And I'm gonna do it right now.
Right now.
This is judgment.
Who watching? Judge Dredd. I am the law out this bitch.
Right.
You understand? They snatched Sandra Bland out of her vehicle and killed her. The niggas was justifying it if she would have just complied. Ain't nothing.
Yo, that's sickening, man.
Ain't nothing. Corinne, they came to our house. They hunted her. They didn't give a fuck. She was holding her son. What you think this is? What you think this is? You can beautify your way out of the eye of this fucking beast? It's a beast. Yeah. You got to hunt the beast down and kill the beast. Don't even say racism. Just say white.
Right.
It's white. They're like, oh, kill racism. Racism don't got no name or no address. A whole bunch of crackers do.
Woo!
Racism don't got no address, no telephone number, no social security, no birth record. Fuck that. Kill your enemies. They got an address. Racism don't got no address. Systems don't have addresses. What's the system? Where does the system of racism, white supremacy live? For those people that's so fucking deep out here, what's the address? Where can I find that? Hey Google, hey what is it? Alexa, hey Siri, give me white supremacy's address so I can go pay them a fucking visit. Bro, I seen what you said. That money ain't going to no black people. Y'all better look up what minority is. Y'all better know what minority organizations are. Ain't no black people getting no money. Ain't no such thing as conscience. You don't have no conscience. There's no excuse for their behavior. And no excuse for us not correcting it.
That's right.
There's no excuse for their behavior, and there's no excuse for us not correcting it. Some of y'all want to live with them. Some of y'all want to produce with them. And fuck your way to liberation.
Right. And come around us with that shit.
And come around us and ask us to accept it. We at war out here. And you sleeping with the enemy.
Yeah.
Your mama wasn't good enough. She gave you birth. You said something about having some children. If you a sucker, a coward, a rat, a traitor, hold that. Take that with you.
Yeah, hold that.
We don't need no more of them.
We don't need no more. Please.
We met our quota.
We're at capacity.
Yeah, we met the number that we were looking for. Appreciate it.
You're right. We had capacity now.
They said this should always been like that. There's always been some people that did this. If trust and believe, if our ancestors did something, they set it up like that. They set it up like that. That's how these new age motherfuckers ain't our ancestors, because they set it up. If you worked in the house, we sent you in the house. You on a reconnaissance mission.
Yeah.
If you told something, we told you to tell something. If you didn't fight, we told you not to fight, because you couldn't fight. You had to live in case they caught us. In the hulls of cargo ships, captives, our ancestors said, we're going to fight, y'all can't fight. We die, we coming back through you. You got to live. Everybody ain't participating in the insurrection. Somebody had to stay. We're going to fight, we're going to kill. If we get caught and die, we're going to come back through you. That's a family. That's a family you could be proud of.
Right.
This is when we understood collectivism. They was taking our children to other families. This is why we had large families. This is why you come from households with 10 and 15 siblings, because the survivability. They're talking this number in the ghetto about the life expectancy of an African child in the ghetto. You better look on these concentration camps and see what the life expectancy was. That's something we got to look at and pay attention to. We got Africans running around just acting like we never fought, like we didn't fight. Right. Like there's no relationship between the continent and us. Like Africans ain't come from the continent and fight. You ain't see that in the Caribbean? You think they just stopped there and was like, oh yeah, we got the Caribbean. This is as far as we're going. You don't get that. You don't get that. You don't get that aspect of our story. That's why you got hate in your heart, in your blood, and in your spirit for somebody who look like you. Because the same motherfucker who told him that story told us this story. You got political prisoners from freeing West Africa. Why you ain't told about that story? From 57 to 70, you got a liberation story from liberators, chiefly from here, financing a revolution to free West Africa. We ain't got no connection to each other. We ain't got no symbiotic relationship. We not the same people. They don't really like us. They don't fuck with us. We still playing them games in 2020. You still watching National Geographic? Is that your picture of where you come from? That's why you don't want to identify with it. These experiences so traumatic. They so bothersome to your spirit that when you look in the mirror, you can't see yourself. You ain't looking. You think the motherfuckers with them Christian names like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John up there selling you fake Louis bags, that's a representation of where you come from? Nah. Anything as an excuse for inaction.
Yep.
Now, Marcus Mosiah Garvey's vision was fulfilled. Brothers and sisters went back to Africa, and they came and got Africans from here and brought them back to Africa.
Yep, he did it.
And been doing so ever since. There's brothers and sisters that are in Africa because Africans came from Liberia to get them. They went from the islands to Ethiopia. Repatriation ain't a new concept for African people. Not here. We got to look at all of these aspects and get the fear out of your heart. Got to exercise the fear from your being. Go to your ancestors and say, y'all sure y'all want me to do this? Is this the horse? Am I the horse y'all bet on? Right. You get communing. You understand what I'm saying? Because you the horse that they bet on. They got their money on you.
Absolutely. Don't let them down.
Hey, I told they like, hey, give me my goddamn money. I told you, my boy. I told you my girl was gonna get it done. I told you. Give me my damn money. Picking the money up off the floor. They mad as hell. Damn, he done it again. God damn it, she done it again.
Oh wow.
But we ain't in that mind frame to look at it like that. You rock with them, they rock with you. You ain't fucking with them. They might be fucking with you a little bit, but they ain't fucking with you like they could.
Yeah, like they could.
Yeah, like they will, you know?
Yeah.
Stop dating your ancestors and get married. Stop dating. Stop part-timing. Stop coming around when you need shit. Only time we see you. Don't do them like you do God. Stop doing them like you do God.
Yo, that's heavy, G. That's heavy. That is heavy. Wow.
We all the way in. All the way in. In the words of Bob Baruti, where is your African-centered program and what's your African-centered purpose? Can't point me to your purpose or your program. I might point you somewhere.
Yep, G. Yeah, man. Absolutely.
So we about to wrap it. I done had you on here past your bedtime.
It's all good, man. Yeah, I got to grab me some Z's, pop up early in the morning, feed these chickens in the back, take care of this farm, get these children on the move, all of that. Get it cracking. You know what I mean? Another day and the glorious fight for African liberation. I love it. Can't wait to wake up and get it on another day.
You ain't got them roosters no more?
Yeah, man.
Got roosters in the front. Got goats in the back.
There we go. Shrine's on point. My crew is on track. Straight like that.
That's it.
Indeed. Thank y'all for having me. I'm trying to see, man. I know I need glasses like DMC. Let me see. Sass the one, aka the one. Thank you for having me. Knowledge Born. Thank you for having me, brother.
All right. I couldn't have it any other kind of way. You know, if it wasn't you, it would be Cristobal. I don't know if he couldn't have made it, but I know he was tuning in, watching. So shout out to that Garvey bloodline. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And the Warriors, the one who gave us pride to hold up the flag. You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest representations of that flag.
Indeed.
That's you.
Yo, I'm only your reflection. Indeed. So, yo, Black Power, Repatriation.
Black
Shout out to all my RPGs, African Americans worldwide. We love y'all. Thank you very much again for this opportunity, Knowledge Boy. Thank you, brother.
I already know. Mic check, mic check. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Well, you got anything to say on this glorious day?
It's all been said. It's all been said.
All right, so what you got to say before we get up out of here then? Since it all been said. Shout out to everybody who tuned in over here. Let me look at these comments. Akandi and Cozy says got back. God is radical. Cristobal Garvey, the grandson of the Honorable Mosiah Garvey in here. I don't know who these other people are. See, my sister, warrior, UFG Bomani. Shout out to everybody who came through. Said we was going to start at 10-ish. And we started at 10-ish. You know what I'm saying? Had to have that. I'm going to be looking for y'all in August, though. I'm going to see all of these great, wonderful Africans who going to be around August 17th. Taking notes. I ain't see you on June 10th. But I'll see you on Juneteenth with your slab of ribs in your hand and your Juneteenth t-shirt. I see you. I'll be looking for you. With your slab of ribs and your pork rinds. Juneteenth. Well, we out there, Sass, if you ain't got nothing to say.
All right, then. Shalom.